Welcome back. It's time for Media Watch on France 24. Our look at the top stories in the international press. James Creedon has the lowdown. Good evening.
Good evening, Lana.
And we start with a bit of an explosive article in the New York Review of Books by Edward Epstein.
That's right. Now, this went online on Saturday, so you might think it's a bit old hat, but it's been creating...
It's not. It's all everyone has been talking about all weekend.
Absolutely. And the French media, even today, it was one of the top stories on a lot of the news websites in France. So it was rather improbably on the New York Review of Books website that Edward J. Epstein put this explosive article online. It raises an awful lot of questions about the arrest of Dominique Strauss-Kahn back in May at the Sofitel Hotel, or because of the alleged sexual attack on Nafissatou Diallo at the Sofitel Hotel in Paris. And so he raises a lot of questions about what happened, the crime scene, and whether or not, he doesn't state it, but he suggests that maybe there was a setup, essentially. So with the issues that he raises in that article and that have been picked up by the French press, you can see here Le Poste website talking about BlackBerry Gate as opposed to Watergate. Why? Well, Dominique Strauss-Kahn left his BlackBerry behind in the hotel. Now, oddly, very oddly in fact, it was deactivated. The GPS was deactivated about an hour before he realised he was even missing it. And from electronic information available to the interviewers or to the investigators, we know it never left the suite that he was staying at in the Sofitel. They are the words of Epstein. So that's already very bizarre, especially given that morning he had been informed by a friend of his who worked at the UMP party offices in Paris. That's Nicolas Sarkozy's political party, that they had been getting emails from this encrypted IMF BlackBerry. So would have to say
he was being watched.
He was being watched. Now, these are, of course, all his claims. He says that he has backed it up and that the editors are... these statements, along with others in this article, were confirmed by sources who prefer to remain anonymous, but are known to the author who has shared this information with the editors. That's what he wrote in a footnote.
In other words, the sources are anonymous, but the editors at the New York Review of Books have checked them.
Exactly. And I suppose what's also worth bearing in mind is Epstein is a very well-regarded investigative journalist, so that would lend a certain credibility to these claims as well. Now, just I suppose the BlackBerry issue and whether or not that suggests that in some way some nefarious forces were behind what happened, that's one issue that was raised in the article. The other main issue really was a video showing two security members of the staff performing a so-called celebratory dance for, Epstein says, 3 minutes. The Sofitel Hotel, who have replied about this, they say it was much closer to, you can see here that they've been replying as well, they say it was 8 seconds. Now, I've calculated that there's 2 minutes and 52 seconds between those two claims, which is a massive difference. Now, Epstein has said he is prepared to go on American television on shows such as Charlie Rose with this video and to play it. Now, I suppose this particular dance is particularly odd because, according to Epstein, it took place just after Nafissatou Diallo went in to the security staff to tell them what happened. So it certainly raises a lot of grey zones.
One thing, though, is Nafissatou Diallo was not, at least according to this article, in on the plan, was she?
That's correct. It seems that she. Well, it's very unclear as to what her role. He focuses very much on the issue of the BlackBerry, the issue of timing when she went into the hotel room, when she came out, the card key. It's an incredibly detailed article, and it goes very, very long. And he essentially says that everything that happened could only have happened in a period of some 6 minutes. So it's quite extraordinary. But I suppose what's in France, I suppose what the people have been picking up on is the fact that it took an American investigative journalist to do all this work. I mean, this is a French politician, an almost candidate for the French presidential election.
Back to some of the same debates that broke out back in May when he was arrested, about Dominique Strauss-Kahn's alleged scandalous behaviour.
Absolutely, and perhaps the failings of the French media in investigating that. And in particular, what they're saying in this article in L'Express is that no French media outfit has been prepared to invest the money in sending a team over to New York to go through all of these grey zones and this evidence with a fine-tooth comb. So,
one last quick question. More fallout from the DSK affair. Tristan Banon, another alleged victim of the politician, is back.
That's right. She took a case against him in France. It was dismissed. She claims that she was sexually assaulted by him as well. In any case, her career as a journalist, which she says was cut short by the whole Dominique Strauss-Kahn affair, has now started again. She's going to be a pundit, a media and culture pundit on the Paris Premiere Network. Now, the irony of that is that the show which sparked the whole scandal about her allegations was first broadcast on the Paris Premiere Network. So Tristan Bano's career is starting off once again. Some people are saying it's a bit cynical. Maybe she wanted her career to be started again through the scandal. I doubt it, though.
Thanks very much for that, James Creedon. That was Media Watch. Do stay with us. Up next, in the coming half hour, is it endgame for the euro? Desperate times call for desperate measures. EU leaders are discussing some bold solutions to save their currency. And Barack Obama says the US is ready to help.